Well, hello, it's Friday. Let's get a beer. Today I'm drinking a Brooklyn East IPA. In the UK they seem to be selling it in the Tesco's. It's about 6.9% alcohol, so I think it's a double IPA maybe. Or maybe not. Anyway, let's have a look. Looking good. Cheers. Well, I seem to have missed another Homebrew Wednesday, but I was out Wednesday night, so second beer drinking night of the week, so I'm here now. Let's give a bit of an update, what's been going on. I haven't been doing any brewing, all things are pretty much is going on. That's nice. I've been conditioning. I don't have to do anything there. Had a homebrew brewers meetup on Monday, and I think next month we've got another. Well, obviously at the start of next month we've got the homebrew meetup group, and we've got the this Irish contingency coming across. And we're going to be. I think they're having a brewery trip in the day, and then we're going off to. In the evening we're going to have some beers and things, and we're going to perhaps some of us are going to test out some of our stouts on them. Hopefully we're not going to think we've come all the way across the UK to have stouts, because but I think other people will pick other beers. So what have I got in the kegs? At the moment I'm still finishing the IPA, which I just had a taste of today, and it's still very milky. So I might have to purge that, chuck it away, and give it up. Yeah, I was hoping it would actually ferment up a bit more. I may yet be able to just pass it on to some friends, see what I feel like. I had a kit I made and I gave it to a friend a few weeks ago, last weekend, and we had a few beers out then. That was quite nice. That was kind of Marston's Scottish Heavy or something like that. It's alright. I wouldn't say it's the best beer I've tasted in the world though. My special bitter, it's almost ready. It's been sat around for, well, I think it's been fermented now for almost 4 weeks. It's still bubbling away there. I think it's more of the kind of conditioning bubbling away. I haven't taken a hydrometer reading of it yet, but I think middle of last week I took a hydrometer reading and it was about 1020, and I just sort of gave it a bit of a stir up and it really started going again, which is quite lucky. So gonna keg that up the weekend, hopefully carb that up and give it another couple of weeks in the keg and it'll be ready to drink. But I may crack into it before then if I feel so way inclined. And the stout's still conditioning as well. I've been just letting it sit there with the Spundig valve on to let any excess air out, or let excess CO2. That hasn't been the case. But yeah, that's going to be, obviously I'm going to bring that out and carb that up in about another 2 weeks time. Do some tasting of it. Hopefully it's all going to be tasting real good too. So what I'm planning to do the next beer is I'm going to make a what is it? A barley wine. I made a few beers for my mum over Christmas, and I can always remember when I was really young, when I was like 12, 13, my stepfather always used to bring home a little bottle of barley wine, like, you know. So I think that's one of her favourite drinks she used to have in the evening as a nice little drink, and so I'm going to try to reproduce that. I think I'll be using my own hops most likely. Going to be using quite a lot of grain, but I'm not going to go full whack on it, I'm going to use. I've got a big can of liquid malt extract, which I think I'm going to chuck in at the end to actually bump up the ABV. Do quite a big mash. Maybe I'll do maybe 7 or 8 kilos. No, maybe about 7 kilos. I think I haven't really factored it up yet, but I think about 7 kilos. My system mashes quite well, and I'm only going to do. Maybe I might even do something like 15 litres, not a major amount of liquid, and hop it up and keg it up. I think I've got a 10 litre keg, so I might just chuck it in there, let it condition for a few months, and then bottle it for later in the summer. So and yes, the yeast I'm going to use. So as I said, I've got that bitter out there, and that's been obviously fermented away for a few weeks. What I'm going to do is, once I've made the beer, I'm going to dump the barley wine, obviously the boiled wort, which has been chilled, straight onto the yeast cake on that, and that should be enough to actually get it fully attenuated. It's Saf-L-04, so when I mash the barley wine, I will mash it at maybe about 65, maybe 64, so it gets as much fermentable sugar out of the barley as possible. So, what else is news? I'm thinking about, this is another brew, a bit far into the future, maybe end of February, beginning of March. But I'm thinking I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he was telling me that he makes quite a lot of light beers and lager beers, and he uses rice on it. And the way he does it, he gets flaked rice and basically just tosses the flaked rice straight into the mash with all the other grains, and because the rice has been pre-prepared and stuff like that, you don't need to do any of this boiling and stuff like that. So what he says he did, I had a quick look and I noticed in the local stores, Tesco's again, and they sell pudding rice, and they sell, I think it's half a kilo of pudding rice for, flaked rice, which is in the pudding department, and they sell that for 80p a go. So I'm definitely thinking that I'm going to make quite a light beer, make it kind of maybe something like a summer ale, and dump some a bag of rice in the mash as well, and just see what the results are. It obviously gives you a lot more body and a bit more. But it doesn't give you any body, I don't think. It just obviously gives you more. It's more fermentable. So I'm going to give that a go. I haven't looked into it yet. Some experimentation I need to do, and more investigation on the internet as well. So that's in the pipeline. A couple of weeks ago, when I got a new Crawley keg. My friend who actually bought 3 Crawley kegs. There was an extra person who bought a Crawley keg. They are, I said Crawley keg a lot there. And she's a young lady who lives in Bristol, and she's actually starting out brewing, and so she got a keg, and she said she turned up at our home brew group. I hadn't seen it for a few months, but then I saw her on Monday, and she's really enthusiastic about getting into it. She's like trying to get all her kit together and stuff. She's got a fermenter now, and she's got was given to me by my friend of mine, and she also obviously I gave her a few bottles tonight. But what I also did, I lent to my grandfather, which I think she was very excited about. So she's going to make a brew this weekend. I think it's one of her first all grain brews. But I often think, because I've got my kit in the cupboard there, I only use it every now and again. So I'm hopefully going to lend it out to her quite often. And I mean, why Why she doesn't have to go through all the fuss of boiling on the top, on the work top, and getting all the kit like that. But yeah, I'm going to lend to her, see how she gets on. I mean, she may not want to brew very often, and very local to me, so yeah, I feel good. Another person's just starting out home brewing. Hopefully it will be just as addictive as it is for me, and obviously all of you guys and ladies out there. So yeah, I'll give you an update and see how she gets on. I might even actually have some of her beer to taste in a few weeks once it's all done. She's of German of origin, so she wants to make a light German beer or Pilsner or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how how it works out. She's doing it on the grain farm. Obviously, I don't know what kind of kit she's got for actually doing it, but it'll be interesting to see how she gets on. Okay, so shout out to Rusty Homebrew. I'm anticipating the arrival of some beers of his. I've got an extra beer by Big Banana Brewing that will be taken out of the fridge soon, and it will be tasted, and I will make a video for that. And hopefully in a few weeks' time I should be able to get I'll get the stout, and I'll get some of that special bitter bottled up, and I'll be sending more beer out to all people I've got addresses for. If you want to send me your beer mail, and you're obviously going to send me some, hopefully, get in touch. And that's it. Any other things on my mind? No. My mind is blank. It's been a busy week, and all I want to do is have a few beers and chill out, watch my YouTube, as you know. Got some new kit. I'm just testing out my new GoPro. So I just bumped up the resolution there so you can see me in my full glory, and hopefully in a few weeks time when we do a brew day, I can attach it to my head and you can get a real perspective brew day, which would be cool, and obviously with much better high quality video. Okay, well, you all have a good week, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.